This show sucked. I'm out of here. I'm just kidding. But, I just had to do what Roman Reigns does now. Shows up, wins, and leaves. I showed up, I did a SmackDown review, and I will leave. That's why I wear a shirt now. Oh boy. Guys, for real though, what is going on? This is the Club with the Man 1993. I am here live to give you my live review of tonight's edition of SmackDown. The September 11th, 2020 edition of SmackDown took place once again at the WWE ThunderDome at the Amway Center in Orlando, Florida. Last week, SmackDown gave me hope. With the newly heel Roman Reigns, the long-awaited heel turn by Roman Reigns we've been wanting for quite a long time. As I keep putting over, I thought maybe SmackDown was heading to some good, measures. And of course, with Bayley turning on Sasha Banks, finally, I thought we had something going. Well, I will say those two things held up. But the rest of the show? Holy smokes! Was this horrible? This was a bad show! Other than the stuff with Roman and Jay and Bayley's promo, everything else on the show just sucked. It was so bad. I literally had I had nothing to say. Tyler said it right here. It was rematch city, and the show sucked. D, and also reminds us how Sami Zayn has Enzo go away heat. Well, I'll say that shed it off a little bit. Since Sami Zayn has come back, well, again, he needs a haircut, and he's actually doing more physicality, not like he was before, just looking like a reserve manager who literally couldn't throw any other maneuver besides a haluva kick, but we'll get into that. But yeah, there's not much to say about this show. This is going to be a very quick review. Again, I really don't have much to say, really, at all. Other than I want to talk about the stuff with Roman and Bayley's promo. Everything else, I'm just going to shit on. Even the Firefly Funhouse segment sucked. And I hated it. It was, of all things on the show, I probably hated most that Firefly Funhouse segment. One of the best things that's happened in the past year in WWE. They finally found a way to make me hate it. They finally did. Want to know why? Because Vince not only showed up as a puppet, Vince had to ruin it. But let's talk about this show. Again, I'm not going to be up here long at all. We opened up with Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman coming out. And Heyman says our tribal chief has authorized him to enlighten us about some recent history. He talks about the events of the last 2 weeks leading to Jey Uso stepping up and becoming number one contender, and says he has the honor and privilege of introducing Jey right now. Out comes Jey and says Paul goes way back with his family and he loves him. So he wanted to thank him to his face because now he gets to compete against his blood, his cousin, Roman Reigns. Heyman's like, I don't owe you anything, any thanks, and the appreciation should actually go to Roman. When Big E got taken out, it was his idea for Jey to replace him in the Fatal 4-Way. But then Roman's like, you don't have to thank me. They're blood, and they've thought about this for years. He's proud of Jey, and the whole family's proud of him for earning this. He's about to be in the main event of Clash of Champions and take a huge payday home to his family. So this is his moment. But at Clash of Champions, it ain't going to be your moment because he's going to whoop his ass just like they were kids, and the title has to stay on his shoulders. Understood? He's going to whoop his ass, and it's going to be all love. And Jey says they're not kids, they're grown men. It's different now. Starting to get into that whole idea again, Roman's like, yes, I gave you this opportunity, but, we're family. And yeah, this title, it's more safer on me right now, basically. Kind of play up the mind game, saying that, Roman, again, thinking he has the power to run the system pretty much. He can show up whenever he wants, win a match. Just like he did tonight in the main event. Or just like how he did at Payback as well. He signed that contract and walked out to the match. Again, he has that power, as he says so. And of course, he's using that power to his advantage to manipulate his cousin, Jey Uso. And again, some people are saying he's going to tell Jey to just lie down for him. He ain't going to lie down for him. Jey's going to be like, no, I want to fight, Uso. Come on, Big Uso. I want to fight, Big Uso. So he's going to make Roman fight. Of course, will Roman show up immediately at the start of the fight? He talks about Brock Lesnar not showing up for work. Roman ain't showing up on time for his matches. And he's taking advantage of that power. But again, I love it. But then out comes King Corbin. He's like, oh, this is pathetic. This was all along a setup. It was just nepotism, blah, blah, blah. If anything makes me more upset is someone who walks around and abuses their power. Corbin, you try to do that, you suck at it. Roman Reigns does it, and he rocks at it. Now comes Sheamus. He brags about Big E's beatdown and complains that the match should have been a triple threat. But Jey said he wanted more time to prepare. How about this? He pitches a tag team match. Blood versus Butt Mud. Sheamus attacks Jey, and, as Jey fights off Corbin and Sheamus 2-on-1, Roman's just standing there like, I ain't gotta do shit. And, so that happens. Now we're gonna get our main event set up. It's that tag match with Roman and Jey taking on Corbin and Sheamus, or Sherlock Holmes Sheamus, whatever the heck you want to call him now, because he's coming out dressed up like Sherlock Holmes and like he's in the game Clue Jr. or something. Who the heck knows? And then we hype some other things up. But of course, as they're about to get ready to announce the introduction for the Intercontinental Championship match, Sami Zayn showed in the truck complaining about that match, ordering the production crew to delete the graphic, saying that it's for the Intercontinental Championship, because he keeps saying, I'm the true Intercontinental Champion. And he even shuts off the show. So that's kind of an on-running gag now, because, Retribution did it. So we make heels get more heat, shut off the shows. And again, we're doing the same exact shit every week for these heels to get heat. It's lame. So we have AJ Styles and Jeff Hardy. The match doesn't go on really that long because AJ Styles wins by disqualification when Sami Zayn attacks. And he even beats down Styles. He's a haluva kick on Hardy. And then, as Hardy's leaving, he stumbles and falls over on the ramp. I'm like, okay, what's it because Styles attacked his knee? No, apparently Jeff Hardy is dehydrated. And then Sami Zayn goes back and attacks Hardy. It was, like, so anticlimactic. Like, oh my gosh, he was hot, dehydrated. Where did that come from? Did anyone go to commercial break? Like, Vince like, oh, we gotta have some excuse for Jeff go back to the trainer. I mean, you couldn't just have said, AJ attacking his bad leg or anything like that. No, you had to say he was dehydrated. Once again, overproducing everything. That just makes no sense. It just, who the heck knows? Of course, we have this segment also where Jey Uso's talking strategy to Roman Reigns about their match, and Roman's just like sitting there just like, I don't give a fuck. I know exactly what I'm doing here, bitch. AJ Styles is complaining that Jeff Hardy cheated and Sami Zayn is shown up after months, and he's in a real chair where he's going to prove it. And then we have, so they advertise the champion versus champion match on In Your Face Raw that's coming, not Raw on Monday, it's In Your Face Raw, which I'm just like, who the heck cares? These stupid taglines now. Clash of Champions, Gold Rush. Yeah, these taglines are adding ours getting so cheesy, because of course it's a Vince McMahon idea, and Vince McMahon ideas suck. But we have this segment with Cesaro and Nakamura backstage, and the Street Profits show up, And basically, they say they want to party. Like, no, we don't want you to party. Don't break anything. It's like, okay. But they party anyway, because in the next match, it was a non-title match with with Cesaro and Nakamura taking on Lucha House Parties, Kalisto, and Grand Metalik. And of course, right off the bat, champions in a non-title match. What's going to happen? Probably a dumb distraction, or the Lucha House Party's going to win clean. Or they didn't win clean. They lost because they showed on Titantron Street Profits are having a big party backstage. Distracts Nakamura and Cesaro like they're idiots, and they get rolled up for the victory. So that's how Lucha House Party's gonna tag title shot at Clash of Champions. I'm sick of that booking. I'm just so sick of this booking of like, oh my gosh, we gotta protect them. Oh, let's have them get distracted by a party. It's lazy. It does nothing. I don't care at all about this division anyways. Any of these divisions, who knows? But then, here was a really good segment. Something I actually really enjoyed. Out comes Bayley. She has the same chair in her hand she attacked Sasha Banks with last week. She was not smiling, but at some points she started to smile. She sat down in her chair and had the microphone in her hand, and she immediately pointed to the Titantron, which she a recap of the beatdown she put on Sasha last week. Bayley cuts this promo. I would have loved to have seen them shut the lights off, put a spotlight on Bayley. Because this really reminded me of when Kevin Owens cut his first promo since he had turned his back on Chris Jericho in the Festival of Friendship. That's why I thought they were kind of going to go with this. But it was still a little bit different. But it still worked, and it was excellent. It's the perfect story to roll with this Bayley and Sasha feud. Which, of course, we're not getting at Night of Champions. We're probably going to get it at Hell in a Cell. Inside Hell in a Cell would be an awesome match. But Bayley shows the video, and then she says, after all that, everyone's asking, how is Sasha? When's she going to be back? But nobody's asking me how I am. Do you think I enjoyed destroying my own best friend with a steel chair? Seems sad about it. She goes, well, ding dong, hello. I hate when she says that. Ding dong. I loved every second of it. Everyone wants answers. But she asks, she has more so questions. Is Sasha some kind of an idiot? Nobody knows Sasha better than her. And she knew that Sasha was waiting for the perfect time to turn on her. She pretended to be her best friend, but all along she was using her. And how does Bayley know? Because Bayley was using her too. She never cared about her or their friendship. She used every single step of the way, and thanks to her, she became Bayley Dostraps. But after last week, she's completely useless to her. She even go back and saying, how Sasha stayed as close to me, kept me as close to her as possible. Whenever Bayley came up to the main roster, she was her tag team partner at Battleground. They were a tag team together and then fought, tooth and nail, tag champions for a couple times. With each other, they became, dual champions and whatnot. But now that it's back to square one, obviously, again, she knew Sasha was going to be gunning for her, so Bayley fired the first shot before Sasha could, as she said. I mean, again, I'm not a fan of, Bayley being the heel and Sasha being the face, because I still feel that Sasha is much more meant to be a heel, and I feel like, she's just much more in her groove as a heel, gets a lot more mileage out of it. This promo was excellent. It was right on point. It's just a perfect story. Obviously, again, Bayley knew, it came down to just one title between the two of them. She had to protect herself. And of course, now that, she had been latching on to Sasha for so long, now she said, she had to basically, put her away. An excellent promo for sure. And, but then of course, that's where things got sour, because next up, first, we were having this fatal 4-way #1 contenders match for the SmackDown Women's Championship at Clash of Champions. Who is in this match? Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross, Lacey Evans, and Tamina. 3 of the 4 people, well, within the past year. If you want to go far back as Extreme Rules last year, Bayley's beaten all of them in a title feud. Alexa Bliss she feuded with last summer. Well, technically 2 summers ago, since we've already passed this past summer. Well, not quite yet. It's not officially fall yet. We have that. She just feuded with Nikki Cross for Extreme Rules. She feuded with Lacey Evans, for the whole end of 2019 into early 2020. And then she had a stupid feud to me. Why would we want to see Bayley face any of these women again? Who should be involved in this match is Naomi. Naomi, for crying out loud, has pinned Bayley twice recently. She's getting Naomi Deserves Better trending on Twitter, and she's not in this match. She should have been in this match, and Mandy Rose should have been in this match. Wanna know why? Because Mandy Rose actually won her own feud. So why isn't she in this match getting the opportunity? Once again, wins and losses do not matter. But before the match, Bayley attacked Nikki Cross with the steel chair. The match began. Nikki was outside the ring, so thinking, okay, it's probably going to be Alexa Bliss winning, right? Well, before a commercial break, Alexa randomly just turns on Nikki and hits her with a Sister Abigail, and she walks out of the match like she's possessed. Yet later on, they're teasing Bray Wyatt's babyface, so I don't know who the heck's a face and who the fuck is a heel. Still can't tell. So I thought Alexa was going to be winning this, because I'm like, okay, probably the freshest opponent out of all 4 of them facing Bayley. But the moment Alexa was out of that match, I'm like, I don't care. And Nikki Cross wins it. Why are we getting another match with Bayley and Nikki Cross? We've seen it how many times? I mean, yes, their Extreme Rules match, actually I thought was pretty solid. But again, we've seen it how many times? Why are we doing this again? What the hell is the story here this time? Nothing. Should have been Bayley and Naomi. Or even Bayley and Mandy Rose. Should have been one of those 2. Instead we're getting, for the 50th time, Bayley and Nikki Cross. Dear Lord. Who knows? They could have brought someone over from Raw again, because they had her face both, had Asuka face both Bayley and Sasha at SummerSlam, in case you forgot about that already. So, yeah, that was stupid. I didn't care about this one bit at all. Again, the moment Alexa, did the Sister Abigail and just walked out, I literally just lost all interest. I was done. Oh man, then it gets worse. So, first we see that vignette of the woman again, and they basically showed everything of her except for her face turned around. And by the hairstyle, it's Carmella. It's gonna be Carmella, just with a different gimmick. So you already know, try to act like you're so covered up who it is. We're not stupid. It's Carmella. Carmella's getting a new gimmick. Who the hell knows what it is? Otis took on John Morrison, and Miz thought he was so smart taking Otis's lunchbox because the contract was inside the lunchbox last week. Instead, though, Otis apparently had another lunchbox inside the Money in the Bank briefcase that had the contract inside. And Miz and Morrison opened it up like they thought they just won a pot of gold, but then, of course, Morrison's going at the apple core like an idiot because they're making him look stupid. Oh, and then, Then we get this. This may have been the killing segment for Firefly Funhouse. Of course, I thought, Seth Rollins burning down the Firefly Funhouse last fall was the killer. I think this was much worse. This was worse. This was so... Bray Wyatt welcomes us, and he's been meaning to get something off his chest. Thanks to Roman Reigns, he's missing something very special. But it's okay, and everyone experiences loss. And that defines the person you become. I'm like, yeah, he really is not happy about that, for real. I know he's not. He wasn't happy whenever he dropped it to Goldberg after working so hard to get that gimmick over, just for Vince to tell him that Roman Reigns and Goldberg is the best for business main event for WrestleMania for the Universal title. Yeah, right, that would have been horrible. And then saying how, Roman is best for business champion. Okay, he kind of is right now, but again, you're ripping him off once again. who had this segment where Bray Wyatt's going to be introducing a new character, Pascal the Preserving Parrot. But then he's not appearing. We cut back and found out that Pasquale was dead because he didn't cut air holes in the box. So the box gets thrown away. Then here's where the segment went super downhill. Devil Puppet Vince McMahon shows up and just chews out Bray Wyatt for losing the title, the Parrot, and his trust. And he says he can't handle the responsibility of Firefly Funhouse by himself. So he's trying to fire him before Bray's like, what we're going to do. He then introduces a new special advisor to the Firefly Funhouse. This special advisor is a walrus that's supposed to be some type of like a comedy skit of Paul Heyman named Wobbly Walrus. And so now basically Vince McMahon is taking over the Firefly Funhouse. This felt like this segment was just exactly what it feels like every time something cool gets turned on upside down. Even with the puppet, it felt like Vince McMahon interfering in the Firefly Funhouse and ruining it. What, he's laughing because there's a big fat guy with long teeth like a walrus, and it's like, kidding me? Like, it was so dumb. It made this not look cool. It turned the Firefly Funhouse from a dark horror act to a comedy act. And once again, I've said this how many times, not everything you touch in WWE has to be comedy, Vince. It doesn't. So that's been ruined. And in the main event, we have Roman Reigns and Jey Uso taking on Corbin and Sheamus. This is basically a 2-on-1 handicap match. I would have liked to have at least had some type of segment where, Roman basically said, don't worry, I'll be right out, or something like that. You can start the match without me. They kind of just had Jey just show up and get attacked and then to start the match. It didn't quite make sense why they weren't waiting for Roman. Like, they were missing that. But Roman came out towards the end. And basically, when Jey's about to splash, Roman tags himself in. After Jey hits the splash, but realizes Roman tags himself in, hits the spear, and he gets the victory to go off the air. Which, again, like that ending for sure with how Roman did that. Again, it just started to, we're getting more and more of a taste of heel Roman. And I feel like, Clash of Champions, whenever, Jey refuses to lay down for and make this easy for him, he's going to just lay him out completely. And I think it's going to be awesome. And that was SmackDown, guys. That's really all I cared about. Check the Twitter polls before I check the live chat. 12 votes. 25% said A. 8.3% said B. 50% said C. 16.7% said D or lower. I'm giving the show a D-. Literally a D-. I did not care. I literally didn't care. I don't care. Except for the stuff with Roman and Jey and Bayley's promo. Everything else sucked. That women's Fatal 4-Way was stupid. The Firefly Funhouse segment was awful. It was crap. Oh, God. Let's check the live chat before I go to bed. Tasha's on my Twitter. Have SpongeBob on top is Rematch City. Vince is a bald-faced liar. Today's heels are bitches. What's up, Lauren? Too many heels. AJ Styles did have COVID, I heard. Yes. So we have new turn alerts tonight. Alexa, with Bray Wyatt, I still have no clue if Bray's a face or a heel at this point. So I can't tell what the heck's going on with Alexa Bliss. Sasha, I'm not confirming until she comes back. Why would Jey Uso get a turn? He's still a babyface. Steph said Vince listens to people. What the hell? Heck no. Cut the side names. Cedric Alexander's heel turn I did like. Champions lose all the damn time. WWE has slated Dominic as the top babyface already. Wow. Lucha needs to go away. I like where's what the AEW. That mystery woman is definitely Carmella. There's no secret about it. I don't know what's going on with Money in the Bank. I don't know when Otis is cashing in. And there's no direction for Braun Strowman or Bray Wyatt. Who knows when Sasha's going to be back. Bayley going to lose the title in no time at Clash of Champions, like Owens lost the belt to Goldberg at Fastlane. Maybe, who knows. I still think again. I know you said you told me. I know. Again, I still think Sasha should be the heel. In my opinion. Um, Still no word on who's in Retribution. Happy Fitness NXT champion now will Cole debut in the main roster. Who knows? Again, I don't know what the crowd's at that fatal 4-way. Naomi should have been in it. All divisions suck, Lauren. I don't know when Charlotte's coming back. Needs to create more baby faces. Yes, new baby face need to be created. She missed Carmella. She would have been an awesome match with Bayley. Oh, her and Bayley have had good matches. Remember the match they had on SmackDown? I think it was like January or February. It was a really good match. Even the match they had in NXT back in 2016 before Bayley dropped the title in NXT was also an excellent match. So Bayley and Carmella, they definitely have good chemistry. Too many rematches, which Mickey stay on SmackDown. She gets SmackDown D. Miz and Morrison used to be a great team. Now they're idiots. I don't know what Sheamus is doing now. Yeah, how about The Rock? Vince did kill it. She doesn't want to see Jay versus Roman. That's fine. Jimmy's hurt with a knee injury. Let me see here. I don't know about Cena training about something. I don't want to see Roman and Lesnar again, honestly. Who knows? I don't know about that. Cesaro needs to push. Yeah, Cesaro needs to go to AEW. Elite Squad likes the creative direction. Naomi legit beat Bayley 3 times. Wasn't even the fatal 4-way. Looks like we're getting Sami versus Hardy and Styles, which that could be a good match. Hope either Miz and Morrison take the briefcase. Who knows? Why was Cesaro and Morrison losing in under 4 minutes? Because they're WWE's idiots. Yeah, exactly. And those matches would be good as well. But yeah, guys, I have nothing else to say about the show. I thought it sucked. I got into stuff with Roman and Jay and Bayley's promo. Other than that, I thought this show sucked. And they killed the Firefly Funhouse segment. So again, guys, I'm tired. Been a crazy week. It's the weekend, though. I'm going to bed. What are your thoughts on SmackDown? Again, I gave it a D+. Leave us down in the comment section below. Slap a like on the video. Subscribe or comment on my channel. And follow me on Twitter at DemandAirBoy93. So until then, guys, I'm checking out. Have a good night. Sweet dreams. See you guys next time. Peace out, everybody.